In this video, we're going to cover how to print an Excel document. We're going to talk about some of the print basics such as print preview, page orientation, layout and margins, paper size, page breaks, headers and footers, and some other basics like that. Like most Microsoft products, Excel allows you to go straight to File and Print Preview, and there's the print button. And it shows you that if you have a sheet loaded. And I hit the escape key to get out of the print preview and back into the main screen. Now if you have this chart and several other charts on the same worksheet and you only want to print this chart, what you need to do is set the print area. The way we do that is we go to Page Layout, Print Titles, click in there, slide this off to the side, and then you can just select this field. So now that's the only area that will print. So here's our print preview. But what happens if we wanted to add a comment down here below our spreadsheet? I'm just going to paste a comment in here real quick. And we'll go back to print titles, print preview, and see that comment doesn't show up in our preview because it's outside the print area. So let's go back in and look at that under View and Page Break Preview. I'm going to hold the Control button now and scroll my mouse to change the zoom. You can do this in the lower right hand corner of the screen as well. And if you see this blue border here, this is showing the print area that we've selected. And our text comment is outside of that print area. So nothing out there will print. So we're going to move the cursor to the blue border where you see the up and down arrows. We'll left click with our mouse and drag it down. And now this area will print. Now let's go back to our View Normal. Go back to our page layout, print titles, print preview, and there it is. Now let's see what else we can do with the print titles menu because there are a lot of options. Another way to open it is to hit the Alt key, type P for page layout, and then I for titles. And you'll see these little letters show up in the ribbon. Okay, let's go to headers and footers. Now there's all kinds of things that you can add to a header or footer, and one of the really common basic ones is page numbers. So we'll put a custom footer here and we'll do it in the right section in the bottom of the footer. I'll type page and space, and then you click this button and that gives you a page number. We're basically putting a little bit of code. Then we type space of space, and then we hit this button and it puts code in for the number of pages in your document. These are some other things you can click to put data in your footers and headers, but we're not going to mess with that. And you can see that page 1 of 1 shows up in the footer here. Okay, let's do a print preview so you can see it, and there it is. And if we use Alt and hit P, then I, will bring up the page setup again. So let's talk about margins. This is where you change the spacing around your data when it's printed. And we can change it from 0.75 to 0.5 or whatever spacing you want. We can change the space for the headers and footers to show up. And what's most useful about this particular section are these buttons. Center on page horizontally and vertically. So we'll look at that print preview again, and we get all the data centered in the page, and you can see it looks a little bit prettier. So let's hit the escape button again. We'll hit Alt PI again, and we go to page and change the orientation to landscape. Hit print preview, and look at that. Looks even a little bit better. We'll hit escape again to get out of that. Okay. Now one of the other parts you should be aware of on the print preview button, and we'll get into that by hitting the Alt key again and then WI, that gets into the page break. And you can lay this out any number of ways. You can lay it out however you like, and once you've changed it, and we're going to back out of this by hitting Alt WL, or you can just click up here to normal. Notice this darker gray line here and here. That's showing you where the print area is set in normal view. So those are the basics of printing an Excel document and how to change your margins, your page orientation, and your centering within a page.